Morning everybody, it's Peter here. Saturday morning, sunshiny, very cold, windy. Had a good brisk walk with the boys. Took them out in the new car. Thought I would put them in the boot. So plonked them in the boot, see how that went. By the time I got round to getting in the door, they're on the back seat. So I thought, okay, right, because there's no way to stop them jumping over. So I think that's how I'm going to transport them. I've got to work out how I'm going to get them in and out at the moment, but I think that's how it's going to be now. So had a lovely good walk and got back, and I had a little fiddle about with the car, put a couple of mats in and a cover on the back seat so that they don't muck that up for me. Thank you. The excitement yesterday was Thursday night we had a Zoom meeting with the WI. We had a speaker from the Trussell Trust. They're a voluntary group that give out food for 2 or 3 days for people who find themselves in the situation they've got nowhere to live, they've lost their job, they've got no money. So they give them a food bank. It's a food parcel for 2 or 3 days. And obviously it lasts a bit longer than that. But they also give them, send them in the right place for CAB, benefits and all that sort of thing. It's they're not literally food banks. She said that they you're not going back every week for a food parcel. It's not that. It's to help out when you suddenly find yourself in a difficult situation. So we were hearing all about that. And at the end, one of the ladies said, could she say something? And she said, my son's looking for ladies or anybody that's booked a holiday in Great Britain this year to do a little bit of an interview. He's a researcher for the One Show. Has anybody booked a holiday? And I said, put my hand up. I said, yeah, I've got a holiday booked in August, coach trip. So she said, could I give your name and number to him? So I said, yes, yeah, that's fine. So she said, well, as soon as she's finished, I'll text it over to him. So I said, yes, that's fine. Well, Friday morning about 10:30, I got a phone call from this young man to ask me all about it. And he said, would I do an interview with him? So I said, yeah. So he said he would ask me lots of questions, and then it would be sent over to his boss, who would then edit it, because there was going to be a few people. They do a montage, don't they, on the One Show on the screen. They're doing a piece next Friday on the vaccination. How do we feel about the vaccination now we've got it? How does it make us feel? Obviously for older people, have we got holidays arranged? How do we feel about going off on holiday now? Does it give us confidence? And what do we feel about the whole situation at the moment? So he asked me lots of questions, and he said, you won't get the question. He said, the questions I'm asking you, I won't be on the screen. He said, it'll just be your answer. So he said, I'll ask you a question. So I said, okay. So he said, we'll do it on Zoom later on this afternoon about 3. So I said, yeah, that's fine. So he said, I said, what sort of background do you want? So he said, well, a plain background if possible. So I said, right, okay. So that was that. So I then started looking around, plain background, my walls, all covered in pictures and photos. So I thought, oh dear. So I took a picture down, the picture behind me, I took that down, and then I had to clean behind it, because it had, when you take a picture down, you get a mark. So I had to clean behind it, move the lamp out the way, and try to position myself so that I've just got a blank wall behind me, and then sort of sit up so that I was hiding the bit of the radiator. So I got that sorted, that was fine. So then I thought, now, what do I wear? So I thought, I got nothing clashing with the walls. So I had thought I'd wear I've got a very pretty pink jumper. And I thought, I'll wear that. And I got it out and I thought, well, that's no good. That's not going to match the apricot wool. So I had the whole of the wardrobe out, the jumpers all on the floor, trying to find one that would match. And I found a sort of a bronzy one in the end, apricotty colours, apricot and bronze and reds and greens jumper I'd got. So I thought, oh yes, that would match quite nicely. So that I needed something to go underneath. Well, everything had a sort of a low neck, and I thought, I really want something longer to hide these wrinkles on the television. So I found myself a roll now. I found it. I mean, I've got that out. So put that on, and I sort of sat there and I thought in front of it, and I thought, yeah, that's okay. The colour looks good. That's fine. So then I had to go and sort of do something about my hair. And then I thought, well, I better put a bit of makeup on because I don't really want to be wearing glasses. So I then went and got the makeup box out. Oh dear, well, how long has that been in the cupboard? So I put a bit of, I then thought, well, eyebrows are gone. So I thought, right, I'll put a bit of eyebrow pencil on. Looked in the mirror and I thought, no, that's got to come up. All I could see was, I thought, no, I haven't done that right. So scrub that off. And then I sort of put on some greeny eyeshadow, which I always wear. Then I did a bit of mascara. And then I thought, oh, the bag's under the eyes, that looks good. So I put a bit of foundation. And then I thought, oh, lipstick, a bit of lipstick. Don't wear lipstick. I had to find a lipstick. Looked in the mirror, I thought, oh, jumps out at you. So then I had to find one a little more subtle. Well, what I did was I found a lipstick and then I sort of rubbed it off and blotted it, and it blended a bit better. And I thought, well, I don't want lipstick to shout, I just want to sort of define a bit. So I sat there and I thought, yeah, that looks okay. So that was that. So that was me ready. Much too early, of course, but so that was that. I thought, well, at least I feel okay about that. So then 3 o'clock, Zoom meeting came on and chatted, and then he said to me, I'm going to ask you these questions. He said, but all the questions will, me asking questions will not be on it, that'll all be cut out. So he said, I'll ask you the question. He said, I'm going to ask you, where are you hoping to go on holiday? And he said, what I want you to say is, I'm hoping to go on a holiday too, not answering my questions. He said, I want you to be leading it. He said, because that's what they're going to be picking out on the show. And he said, oh, I'm going to say to you in a minute, what does the vaccination mean to you? And he said, I want you to sort of say, having the vaccination means blah. So I said, right, okay. So we did it. It was about 10 minutes, quarter of an hour, we was chatting away. So he said, that was fine. He said, the sound, he said, let me run it back. He said, the sound was super, that was absolutely fine. He said, that looked good. He said, the picture's a bit jumpy. So I said, okay. So he said, what I could do, he said, I'll WhatsApp over the questions. And he said, could you video yourself answering the questions on WhatsApp and then send that over to me? And he said, and then I've got a backup. He said, because I don't want to send this Zoom over to my boss. And he says, oh, well, that's no good, we can't use that. He said, I want to be able to use it because he said, the question, your answering's really good. And he said, so I said, oh, okay. So a few minutes later I overcame the questions on WhatsApp. So I videoed myself. He said, do it 2 or 3 times if you're not happy. He said, and just let me have it back. So I sort of did it, and then I ran it back, and I thought, oh, that's fine. So I sent it off to him and I said, is that okay? Or do you want me to do it again? And it came back, so that's fine, absolutely fine. Thank you very much for participating. So we'll see next Friday at 7 o'clock, the one show. Whether I make it onto the show, I might be on the cutting room floor, of course, and see what they edit out. I might just get a couple of lines in. I don't know whether, they'll string together it all and just make 2 or 3 sentences, or whether I'll just answer one of the questions. But it doesn't matter. I'm just hoping to see myself on the telly. So when I put it on Facebook, one of the girls said, "Fame at last." So I said, yeah. I said, "Can't believe all these years I've been waiting for this." And then I thought about it, and I said, went back to her and said, "Fame at last? I always thought I had been famous." So yes, so that was exciting day Friday, getting that sorted. So look forward to that next week. So I had to go back to the President WI and sort of say to her, tell Colleen, I've done it. And so she said, "Oh, I'll email all the ladies in the WI and hopefully we'll all be watching next Friday and see if you're on it." So I said, that would be good, wouldn't it? So that's my claim to fame at the moment. We'll see how it works out next Friday, if I'm on it or not. So I'm going in a minute up to my daughter's. She's going to put on a special lunch for me because Francesca's granddaughter was only there until tomorrow evening. And as it's a birthday for me next week, and obviously they're going to give me presents, she said Francesca won't be here for it, so she wants to be able to be here for your birthday and blowing the candles on a cake and opening presents. So she said, "We'd come up and I'll do a nice meal Saturday afternoon." She will open the presents. And I said, "Okay, open the presents." So she said, "Any you get in the post, I've got a parcel already in the post." She said, "You can open those next Friday." So I said, "Oh, that would be lovely." So she did say that next Friday after work she's going to come down, bring a takeaway meal or we'll have a nice meal. And we're going to do a Zoom chat with all the families. We're going to do a quiz. So she said, "We'll do it at 7. So of course now the one show's on at 7. I said, "We're going to have to do it a bit later. We've all got to watch the one show and then do the quiz." So hopefully all the families will be there. I don't know whether Francesca's going to be able to make it because she'll be at Daddy's. But the rest of the family will be there. So we'll do this quiz. So there'll be a lot of shouting and arguing. We always do with a quiz. It's quite funny when we do a quiz. So we'll have the other two families as well. So that'll be nice if Rachel comes down with a glass of wine. She said she might stay over, bring the dogs and might stay over. So that'll be something to look forward to. Lockdown birthday. So that's about it for the moment, everybody. I will probably report back tomorrow on how today went, what we had for a lovely meal, and what little presents I've got. Quite exciting. 2 birthdays. So speak to everybody probably tomorrow. Have a lovely, lovely day. Goodbye.